Hey guys, TerribleAcorn13 here with a review of all the new vendor roles. So I'm going to go through them and pick out the best ones for you to pick up. And we'll start at the Crucible vendor here, and as you can see I've started with the Deal Breaker because this does have a very nice role on it. We have Crowd Control, Counterbalance, High Caliber Rounds, Speed Reload, and a linchpin here, Brace Frame. Now obviously this is the higher rate of fire, slow firing auto rifle archetype, which is getting a buff. And what you want in here, Crowd Control gives you more damage after those kills, and then Counterbalance and Brace Frame will give you an incredibly stable auto rifle. So this one is well worth picking up for a very stable, hard hitting auto rifle. Next up, we have the Hawksaw. Now, this is not a god roll Hawksaw, but we do have small bore, counterbalance, and fade stock. So all of them are boosting your stability, which is what you want. And you're also getting a range boost with small bore. It's no Brace Frame god roll, but it's definitely a good pick if you do not have a god roll Hawksaw as of yet. Another interesting one is the Panther Ray here. A nice fusion rifle, but it has knee pads, rangefinder, and a rifled barrel. Or enhanced battery, but I say you want rifle barrel, rangefinder, really up that range on it. Since it's had the stability buff, you can take advantage of the stability buff that's been given to up the range, which increases the speed of your projectiles from it. And what people may not know is that knee pads, when you are sliding, it counts as crouching, and fusion rifles are more accurate when you are crouching. So if you slide using them, you gain bonus accuracy. So this is actually a very interesting role. Now the Crucible vendor also has a rather nice role on a Ruin Wake here. You have Field Choke to give you extra boost, or Smooth Ballistics to give you the range. You have Counterbalance to counteract the stability that you'll lose there. High Caliber Rounds, Brace Frame, and Armor Piercing Rounds, so it's up to you whether you want to really max that stability out with Brace Frame, or go for Armor Piercing Rounds and take that little bit extra impact, which is probably what I would do. Or of course, High Caliber Rounds, also not a terrible choice, but to be fair, you're going to be staggering most things using it anyway, so between them. And then you've got Rangefinder as well for giving you that extra range boost. So all in all, a very good role for a light machine gun, if you are getting bored of your Quillums, that is. And last but not least, we have the Smolder. This is a sort of also ran option here. The basic stats on the Smolder aren't great. The velocity and blast radius are rather low. You don't have anything here to boost them, but you do have tripod and tracking. And you get Javelin to increase the velocity a little bit. So it's not anywhere near god roll simply because it is the Smolder, and the Smolder is not a great rocket launcher, but tripod and tracking is an okay roll on a rocket launcher. Next up, we have the Vanguard vendor, and they've not got quite so much to offer, but we have this Conspiracy Theory D here, which is rather nice. The muzzles aren't particularly anything special. You're probably going to take soft ballistics for that very slight range buff. And you do only have one range boosting perk, which is Reinforced Barrel, but it does give you a good boost to your range. But Life Support is a great perk in any situation, that being able to just regen your health after kills, especially when since you're light to get one bangs with the shotgun, is handy. And with the kind of nerfs, or the less frequency in PvP of special ammo, performance bonus will definitely be advantageous if you want to run and gun with your shotgun, getting kills, having a chance to give you reserve ammo. So well worth picking up if you like to be a run and gun shotgunner in a Crucible. We do have a also run here from the Vanguard vendor with this Apple of Discord. Head Seeker, Counterbalance, Snapshot, Hand Loaded, and Reinforced Barrel. So you can either take Hand Loaded for the small one, or Reinforced Barrel and just hope that the Counterbalance counteracts your stability drop. And Head Seeker ain't a bad perk either. So while nothing god roll-esque here, it's an also ran that could be an interesting pulse to be used. Next up, we have Dead Orbit. As you can see here, we have the Hung Jury SR4, which still has an interesting role in it. It may not be the god PvE role that it was before, but we do have here life support, single point sling, feather mag, third eye, and danger close. So really, I think you want to take these 3 perks here, and that will give you a solid PvP scout rifle. Life support being good for getting you out of those situations, because obviously with a slow rate fire you are going to take damage before you put your enemy down. Third eye means you can keep your ADS more often, which is advantageous with scouts for engaging your range. Keeps an eye out from your sides for those Russian shotgunners. And single point sling just allowing you to move quicker while aiming. These all work very nicely together. Next up we have the Hitchhiker FR4 from Dead Orbit. Now this is also quite interesting. Well, this is the max impact super slow charge rate style of fusion. And here we have hidden hand, lightweight, braced frame, oiled frame, and hot swap. So you're going to be wanting to take the braced frame option here to really boost your stability up on top of the base stability boost, and then extra accuracy when swapping to this weapon or readying this weapon, and hidden hand helping for the target acquisition. So it's not a perfect roll, but it is a damn good roll if you like the slow charging, really hard hitting fusions. Next up we have the Future Walkout, and we will start with the Vanity, which once again has another good roll on it, this time a very good PvP roll. Life support, rifled barrel, third eye, all you need to do. Range boosting, good. Life support, good. Third eye, always handy in PvP. All round, good hand cannon, good stats, and a very nice roll. If you like using hand cannons in PvP, pick this one up. The Villainy this time round also has an interesting role for Future Walkout. So let's have a look. We have Head Seeker, Perfect Balance, Reinforced Barrel, Skip Rounds, and Glass Half Full. So my recommendation is here, all these ones here. Head Seeker, Perfect Balance for the controllable recoil, Glass Half Full, the bottom half of that magazine will deal bullet damage, and if you're constantly proccing Head Seeker, just walking the pulse up somebody's body, by the time you're hitting the bottom of the mag, you'll be dealing a lot of damage. And with controllable recoil, definitely an interesting set of perks, well worth picking up there. And next up we have the Vacancy, which is the first vendor weapon I bought after the patch, because look at these rolls. Hot swap, enhanced battery, brace frame, rangefinder, danger close. So, hot swap, readying this weapon grants a brief period of bonus accuracy. Brace frame, look at the stability, maxed out. Rangefinder, boosting your range when you're aiming this weapon, which you should be doing because aiming is how you should be firing these things. This is an amazing roll. It's also on an Omelon fusion, which at the moment seems to be the best kind of fusion. It is also a very hard hitting one, while not maxed impact, almost maxed impact. Well worth picking up. This is highly recommended. And last but not least, we move on to New Monarchy. Now first up we'll look at this Righteous 7 Auto. This is an interesting one because we have Perfect Balance and Counterbalance on the same weapon. The other perks are Oil Frame, Reinforced Barrel, and Lightweight. So I would say this could be an interesting roll with Perfect Balance, Reinforced Barrel pretty much cancelling that stability decrease out and giving you a nice range boost, and in Counterbalance giving you extra stability on top. This could be a very interesting role to use. Next one for Dead Orbit is the Conviction 2 Sidearm. Now here we have Rangefinder, Spray and Play, Hand Loaded, High Caliber Rounds, and Appended Magazine. These great perks for a sidearm, as reloading, emptying the magazine giving you increased reload speed is great because you will go through your magazine, and Rangefinder being good. High caliber rounds helping with staggering of targets is also very handy. It means you'll be hitting them a lot harder with your sidearm, or the appended magazine for that little bit extra magazine size between those two, but well worth picking up if you enjoy using sidearms. The Burden of Proof is next up, and it also has a pretty good roll. We have Smooth Ballistics, Field Choke, or Aggressive Ballistics. We have Rangefinder, High Caliber Rounds, Rifled Barrel, Hand Laid Stock, and Final Round. So you have your option here of dropping the range but increasing the impact if you want, or keeping it as is, rangefinder for boosting the range, rifled barrel for boosting the range some more, and final round for that last round of bonus damage. Another very nice roll on a shotgun. And what will probably be the last weapon of the video is the Objection 4 machine gun. Now here we have CQB ballistics, smooth ballistics, or field choke, counterbalance, high caliber rounds, oiled frame, small bore, and rangefinder. So there's lots of nice barrels here for boosting range and impact. Stability boost to get rid of the stability that you'll lose. Small bore giving you more stability and more range, or high caliber rounds if that's your jam. And rangefinder to give even more range on top. So a very solid roll there on the Objection 4. Well guys, that is it for just now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you'll know what you want to go and pick up now. As always, like and subscribe for more Destiny content. And until next time, laters.